Welcome to the channel. My name is Marco, and we are back with another episode of Hot Comics. Last week, I decided to make it themed, and I did 5 She-Hulk comics, because we know She-Hulk is coming. And so this week, I decided to do something similar. But this week, we're talking about Ironheart, another property that I am very excited for, but that we know is coming, and these comics are definitely books that you should have in your collection. And some of them, every time I see them, I grab them because they're relatively affordable. Sometimes you can get lucky and find some of these for dirt cheap. So definitely some solid books to get onto. Before we get into it, quick reminder, I am doing a giveaway for some awesome comics, including a sweet John Romita signature on the Ultimate Spider-Man 100. All you have to do is be subscribed, leave a comment. That is the basic version of it. There's a link in the description with a video explaining everything you need to do and multiple ways to enter, actually. So, let's go ahead and talk about Ironheart. Now, some of these, disclaimer, this will be the first time I've ever done this, but I've talked about some of these books before, but I want to start, like I said, each week. I think from here on out, at least for a little bit, maybe not always. Maybe sometimes I'll go back to just 5 random books. But this week, and moving forward for at least the next few weeks, I think I want to really tackle certain things, certain properties that we know are coming up, and in my opinion, these are books you have to get. You should get, if you don't have them, you should be getting them as soon as you can. I really like Ironheart. I'm super excited for the series, and let's go ahead and hop into today's episode, I guess, with Invincible Iron Man number 10. Now, you can get this book for about maybe $15. It's going up a little bit. All these books are going up, and that's the thing. I've been watching these. I mean, some of these books I've been picking up for like $4 or so. And you just gotta have the foresight, and that's what I'm trying to here to help you all and tell you all about these books, because I love getting books for dirt cheap that end up being worth some money. So Invincible Iron Man number 10, this is going to be the second full appearance of Riri Williams, and a nice little solid key. It's not going to be a huge book or anything, but if you can find this book for just a few bucks. Maybe even, might be worth to get might be worth it to get it for $15 as well. So, I don't think this is probably going to be one of the smaller books out of the good Riri keys. But, that being said, still a good book to get. And like I said, still one that you can find, maybe even in dollar bins. It's, not really much of anything. Not used to not be anyway. So, you might get lucky. Keep an eye out for this book. Moving on to the second one we got here is going to be Invincible Iron Man 3. So this is from Volume 3. Number 10 was from Volume 2, by the way. But this book you can get for about $15 as well. Again, you might get lucky. I found it for $4. Who says that you can't either? You might find it for $1. Who knows? What's important about this one is this is the first time you actually see Riri in her armor. There is cover images of her in her armor before this, but in the story, this is the first time she actually wears her armor. So, and it's a cool design. I like the Ironheart design, and it's very reminiscent of the Iron Man. Well, at least the helmet anyway. I like that how it comes into like a point. I think it's a cool design. And again, this will be one of the smaller keys, but this is one that maybe you can find pretty cheap. And might end up being, a nice little $50 book. So again, if you can pick it up for $15, it might not be bad. Now don't take what I say, 100%. I can't accurately predict the prices of these books, and obviously it'll depend on how good the series is, how crazy people get about it. But I still think this is just a dirt cheap, very undervalued key that was a good one to pick up. And moving on now to Volume 3, Invincible Iron Man number 1. This one I've been picking up, I've been telling people about for a while, because it's about a $30 book now. And, it was a $10 book, then moved up to a $20 book, and now it's a $30 book. It's all happened fairly quickly as well. I mean, not like, overnight or nothing, but Ironheart is so far away, we don't know almost anything about what's going to happen on the show. But, that speculation and that it's going to drive up that book. And this is her first cover appearance in the armor. And man, it is a sweet... out of the list, this is my favorite cover, honestly. And this is the book that I have the most of. I have 4 copies of this book, and I'm still looking for more. I have, I think, 3 being graded. I don't know if I'll get a 9.8 on any of them, and I'd really like to get a 9.8, so I'm still looking to get more, and I might even just outright buy a 9.8 right now. They're not that expensive, and I think it's going to be a great book. It's a great looking cover, and it's going to be one that I want in my collection as a 9.8, so that's just my opinion. You might think some of these other, and so there's other cool covers too, especially the last one's probably my second favorite. But you might like one of these other covers better. But to me, this is like, when I think of Ironheart, this is the book I think about because it's just such an awesome cover. So moving on now to Invincible Iron Man number 7. This is from volume 2. You can get this book. This one's big price difference now. Well, this book's about a $120 book. And this is because this is the first cameo appearance of Riri Williams. So, and I've talked about most of these books, I think, except for the first one. This is a hot book. This is one I definitely recommend picking up. There is a second and a third printing as well. The second printing is the lowest value. The third printing is a little bit better because it has Riri's face on it, so it counts as a first cover appearance. Because there were a few books that came out on the same day with this little Riri stamp of her face on it, and so it all counts as her first partial cover appearance, I think. So, but yeah, I have the first print, I have the third print. If I found a cheap second print, I'd buy it too. It's just a solid book. Again, I think these are your big keys. This one and the last one I'm going to talk about. This is where if you really want to have a good book, get this one. Like, this one is going to just keep going up in value. They're not, not terribly easy to find. It took me a while to get this one. I ended up getting it at the flea market a few weeks back. So I think I got a pretty good copy of it. Very excited about that. And then the last book, the big book, we're going to talk about Invincible Iron Man, number 9. This book is going to run you maybe about $150 or so. And this is the first full appearance of Riri Williams. Very cool cover. I do like this cover a lot too. Again, there's a second and a third print. Wait a minute. Yeah. And I think it's the third print on this one. I can't remember actually now that has the little Riri face on it. But there is a Riri face on one of these prints, and that's the better of the, first print obviously is the best print to get on this one, money-wise. But this book, this is it. This is the big book. So when when Ironheart is the new crazy show that people are talking about, this is going to be the super hot book that everyone wants to get their hands on. So, pick it up right now. Like I said, you can find it for maybe about $150. It's kind of creeping up to, pushing up, wanting to get towards that $200 mark. I saw one. There was one, it was a nice copy of it, but it sold for like $300 raw on eBay the other day. It was an auction. It was like $325 or something like that. And I was like, man, that's a little crazy. I think you can get, pretty high graded copies on for that price, but I'm not exactly sure what the 9.8s are going for right now. But this is a solid book, and I guess a little spoiler, I finally got mine. So it's gonna be in a haul video sometime soon. But we had one sneak through the shop. And I was like, that one's got to be mine. I've been looking for that book. It's the last key that I need for Riri. It's got to be mine. So I picked it up for a good price. Fair price. It's one of those things, again, I don't mind paying full value for something as long as it's a nice, good copy. And it's a good key, that especially one that has so much future and potential. You know that this key is just going to continue to grow. So there's no bad reason to pick it up. It is a solid book. All of these books I highly recommend. In order of that I did it is least to best book. I always try to ramp it up and have the more exciting books at the end. And Riri Williams, I think, will be hopefully a beloved character. I'm excited for the series, like I've said, and I've been actively hunting after these keys for a little while now. And I'm very happy to have all the big ones. So, there's other cool covers and stuff out there. A little bonus, I guess, we could throw in Ironheart 1. I personally don't like the cover at all. So, I'm sure there might be some of you out there like, how'd you not mention Ironheart 1? I'm sure that book will go up in value. I just don't really like the cover. I think the perspective and everything's weird. But I don't know. There's a little bonus book if you want to pick that up. You might like it. Who knows? Everybody, art's subjective. But other than that, side note, I hope you all enjoy. I added a couple new posters. I took down my prints. I didn't want to be too self-absorbed. This is my bedroom. So I was like, I don't want my own prints hanging up. I have some art. Actually, I guess you can't see any of the art. But I just have new posters going across. I might do a video on the other side of my room now because I found some art that every time I go to like cons and stuff, I'll pick up some art pieces here and there. And so I got some kind of just scattered about. I got other posters over there as well. So I might do a video in that corner next time. Who knows? But yeah, I got the Nice House on the Lake. This is a new book that's pretty cool. DC book. I got the Mariko Demon Days. You can see the Darkness Reigns. Can you see that? No, you can't see it's off screen. I got a little spider pig right there. Yeah, I guess that is art right there. And I got some more art going up that way. But that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, next week when I do this, I haven't decided which upcoming project I'm going to pick. But for at least a little while, I'm going to try to really focus in and let you all know like good, definite buys. Because don't get me wrong, I love spec books. I really, really love speculation and trying to figure out who might be coming up and this and that. Because if you get ahead of it and you get lucky and you get right, you can, even if you're not right, the spec still, if you're ahead of the speculation, and then when it catches up, the price is still going to inflate anyway. So sometimes, even when you're wrong, you can still have a really solid book, but get it for super cheap. So, but moving forward for at least a little while, I'm going to really try to focus in and do like little categories on specific characters. So last week was She-Hulk, this week was Ironheart, next week, I don't know, we'll see. That's going to be it for today though. I will see you all Wednesday with the new comics of the week. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Ha ha ha!